Welcome back to Beyond the Summit, the International 2014 America Qualifiers. And we got another game coming up. It's going to be Liquid versus Top 5. And this is a pretty important one for Top 5. Pretty important.
Yeah, I mean,
Super
like,
important.
this, I think, it makes or breaks it for Top 5 for sure. Liquid, it's, I think, just another game for them. But, again, winning this game will be one step closer to them ensuring top 2.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's pretty important for both teams, I guess, I'd say. And most games are now, I
We're
find.
coming down the home stretch. We have 3 games left, I believe. And we have quite a few teams that are possible 4th place. Even Sneaky Nix has.
Yeah,
They don't
there
have.
are.
Oh, actually, they're 63,
Show them standings.
So they're pretty much secured. Yeah, show them
Jeez,
standings.
show them
Ryan,
standings.
Those standings up there.
Be useful.
So
Alright.
we have like a lot. There are 5 teams I think that are actually.
Oh,
What's up?
Oh,
Right.
my
Oh,
God.
So
They're
NAR
rolling.
Liquid SNA at 6+ wins. I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
they're secured even if they lose out.
Yes.
So the pretty much
Yeah, because even
Sneaky
if
Nix
they...
Assassins can't get 1 or 2.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's not true.
actually,
If they
can
win
get
and
7
then
and 3, but
Te-
they,
they can get second.
Rejects
beat
can lose
NA.
out and they can be second.
okay. But
All right,
Rejects
Liquid can
beat
lose. Liquid can lose out. And
Rejects
it's not
beat
always second.
Liquid. Liquid beat Sneaky Nix Assassins, and Nix Assassins beat NAR.
Yeah,
so
but
it's a
Liquid
three-way
can
tie.
end up
Oh,
as
yeah.
6 and 4, and SNA can be
Snog can be
7
number
and 4.
1.
yeah.
If NA lose out, no, they can't lose out. They've only got 2 more matches to play. Okay,
Yeah.
never mind.
I mean, there's
But-
Oh
still
no,
a lot
no,
of
they'd be
options.
7 and 3. If SNA
It's a
wins,
pot-
NA
okay,
Rejects
so
loses
let's
2.
talk about 4th place.
SNA
Yes,
wins.
that's the
4th
important
place.
thing.
If
That's
Top
the-
5 win this game, they're in pretty good position. If they lose this game, they're going to be down to 5 losses. We can safely assume they will probably not be in the top
I don't
4
know if
here.
that's safe to assume.
Yeah,
Okay, well,
I-
that's true. Actually, we might get some really weird because there are 1, 2, 3, 4 teams with
Even
4
Shadows
losses.
of the Past could make a
Yeah,
run.
Share
there are
the-
4
share the-
teams with 4
Share the bottom
losses.
half. Yeah.
And maybe at the beginning of the day, you could have argued that, like, with 5 losses, it probably wasn't going to work. But, like, there's been some crazy games happening and some
Yeah.
crazy losses and, like, some crazy teams playing actually decent. Like, EHUG, they're 4 and 4 right now, and they were looking not very good on the first day, but they
Yeah.
had hard games on that first day.
Yeah.
And so they could, I think, be that 4th team we talked about it last time around. So,
I would say they were tilting a little yesterday, too, after they had a rough start with
So,
that FF loss.
Anyone
but-
can still make it besides No Earth Spirit and Isurus. They just have too many losses.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's and
Revenge can make it, technically.
It would have to be like a
Yeah, weird thing.
like
would
a
have to happen for
6-way
Revenge, I
tie
think.
for.
Yeah. It'd have to be really
Last
weird.
place.
it's an interesting, like, assortment of teams that can make it to that 4th position, but everybody's vying for it right now. It's still rather close, and we'll have to see how this game goes. I think that's
neck
really,
and neck.
yeah,
But I
down
think
to the wire.
the game at hand here, Top 5 versus Team Liquid, definitely going to be crucial for Top 5, and they're really going to be looking to win this one. And me and Mott, we've seen a lot from them, and sometimes they play really well, and sometimes they play, and it's just like they're on a whole different
They
plane.
they just don't
like
look
this morning. That
good.
game this morning was
It was
really
awful,
not.
man.
It
We
was
call
just
that
bad.
previous level.
Yeah, that was definitely previous. Yeah,
level.
they were
That
on the
was previous
previous level.
level.
That's for damn sure. But sometimes they play, and it's really good. They have good team coordination. They have strong picks.
Yeah.
They have heroes that they're very suited with, and even I think in that game this morning, they got the picks they wanted.
They did. They weren't feeling. I mean, like, 'cause they got the Bat Rider too.
Yeah, they just had awful execution.
They weren't feeling it. They were not feeling it. So,
Say it how it is, man.
I
um,
approve.
You
Go
know,
go
yeah.
Dark Horse Shadows of the Past.
Dude, no one would like it more than me and Mott.
They're 3 and 4.
Go
They
go
can
Dark
make it-
Horse
they can
Shadows.
make
of
it
the
out
Past.
6 and
Actually,
3.
They're
yeah,
in
I
just
mean-
as good of a position as a lot of the like.
Yeah,
the
I
they're really
want
four
them to
teams,
be
honestly.
there. I
They
want
have
them
to
to
play
be there,
Liquid,
but like,
That's play Liquid,
it's
yeah.
gonna be tough. I mean, like, no one like. All right, first of all, Chigat MC, first of his name. All right, that guy is a legend.
Yeah,
Nayrok, good
absolutely.
friend of ours. Like, I want them to be in there. Like,
Joey can last hit magic.
yeah, they're pretty cool guys as
Risk
well. And
as
they're
well, yeah.
they're good in playing the game, but like,
The whole
I don't know.
team.
It's gonna be, I think, a rough
The whole
road
team.
for
Just name the
them.
whole
So
team.
we'll see.
That's all. I mean, we did.
We did it, dude.
We did
Yeah.
name the whole team.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Well,
I don't know, man. What are your predictions for this game?
You want to go first?
I want to look at the odds. So
They're
probably not
79,
great.
21. Liquid top 5.
I
Andrew, keep doing camera work. I mean, everyone's obviously
Everyone
gonna
thinks
say
Liquid is going to win,
It's-
but
it's
what
gotta
would you
be
say?
Liquid.
Do you think top
Yeah.
5 has a greater chance than
Yes.
than 21%? I actually
I
have not
know.
casted any top 5
I-
games yet.
No.
I think it's more
No.
like I would say it's more like 25 to 30%.
I mean, it's like that's so little of a difference.
small
I think-
difference, but I think
That's
there's
a
a
big
chance.
That's fine.
difference. That's 25% more than 20%.
Yeah.
No,
It's
what?
a lot.
No, it's not.
You think they have 50% more?
No,
We're
than
not
they
doing
would?
math anymore,
think they have a
guys. Let's get into the
25%
draft.
chance.
Let's
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's
but
move
that's,
along
that's,
here.
that's a lot more than 20%.
That's true. That's true.
It's like
Yeah.
Yeah, a quarter
Jeez.
more.
That's
Okay.
quarter
All
more,
right,
that's
I'm
a
there.
lot.
I'm there.
We need to get into the draft.
Percentage-wise, it's
Okay.
1%.
It's like almost over, guys.
Let's get into the draft,
this.
everybody. Let's start watching
let's
the
talk
game.
math.
All right, here we
Let's talk
go.
math, guys.
It's Team Liquid versus Top 5 guys, and I mean, Top 5, they've got the Marana, the Invoker, the Sand King, Darkseer, Shadow Demon, and the Morphling for Team Liquid, which I've seen a lot of Morphling, especially from Team Liquid and NAR as well. It's a decent hero, solid hero, can do well. Darkseer seems to be, I guess, the choice pickup here. Invoker's really interesting. I'm surprised it got through top 5. Fly usually doesn't play this hero in the mid lane too often, but then again, Invoker's strong enough to be picked, I suppose. So, yeah, good start to the draft, right?
Potom Rana, pretty good.
Yeah.
Or Potom and Sand King. I always say Potom Rana for some reason.
Yeah.
Sand King Rana is a solid staple that Liquid actually kind of likes to run. They've been preferring Wraith King Mirana, but I think denying Liquid Mirana is actually one of the easiest ways to get ahead in the draft.
Okay.
Because TC's Mirana is much better than its other fighter carries.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. I mean, he obviously the early game aggression, which we saw from Korok in the last game with NAR versus NES, like, it's the same type of thing. You just throw out arrows. Plus, they have the Invoker. If they hit an arrow, you could go Quas Exhort. You can go for Sunstrike. That'll be for top 5. They have the Sand King. We'll see if... I don't know if it's going to be quite as good as Fogs in that, because he played that so damn well in the last game. So, and they'll go for the AA as well. That's going to be their 2 supports. And then Keep the Light is picked up for Team Liquid,
Hello,
which...
6.80.
Yeah, this is old meta to a certain extent. But Keep the Light, not so much for Team Liquid. That's an interesting pickup to come out here.
More top 5 is 6.80.
Yeah. But, I mean, like, I don't know. I like Coddle. I don't know if I can get down with it right now.
You can't get down with Coddle?
Dude,
6.78. Shadow Demon, sorry, 6.7 something. Shadow Demon Coddle were the 2 best supports in the game.
Yeah, absolutely.
2 best.
I need to see more. I know everyone loves him. I need to see more, though.
I think he actually does pretty well with Morphling. They have, like, those 2 heroes alone, imagine just, like, a fully channeled Illuminate into a waveform.
Yeah.
At nighttime, you might get hit by it. It's like 800 damage to everybody.
That's a lot of nuke damage coming out.
They have easy setup with Shadow Demon.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the disruption into the Illuminate, you're right.
That's huge.
Yeah, you could set it up. Plus the vacuum into a nice Illuminate would be pretty strong as well. It's going to be hard to keep them there, but like into a waveform on top of that, okay, you've persuaded me.
And then on top of that, they have Coddle plus Morphling. That's a lot of global presence. You have Replicate and you have Recall, especially with Pegasus, also known as Demon, able to farm up a lot on the supports. I think he farms a lot more than other supports. Maybe not as much as Owie, but much more than some of the other ones. And he will get his Scepter at some point in the game if it goes past 25 minutes. And that's just a lot of global presence that they have to worry about. But I'm a little bit worried about Liquid's line because they don't really have any setup for ganks except for Shadow Demon. Like, you can't just straight Coddle blast someone.
No,
and when you're ganking a lane, you can't just, like, waveform in on someone unless Morphling's really stacked. So in terms of early aggression for Liquid, it's not going to come out until pretty late, until Morphling gets, like, probably a second item. So I think that's a really big window for top 5 to take advantage of, unless they pick a really aggressive fighter for TC. So he likes Slardar.
Yeah.
He also likes Ursa. Slardar's been banned out.
I
think that's a great ban coming out from top 5.
Yeah.
What other ones would be really good for him?
I mean,
I think could
you go Lifestealer maybe? Is that enough of a fighter?
Lifestealer is kind of old school.
Yeah.
He's kind of a fighter. He's really difficult for Sand King and Mirana, though. Like,
yeah.
He's just going to get kited all day.
Yeah, that's true.
Slark? Are they
Slark? Yeah, they're saying Slark.
Slark? I don't know.
Maybe.
His
I mean,
Slark
we haven't
has
seen
never
him.
impressed me.
Yeah, I haven't seen too much of TC Slark, but I don't know. I haven't really seen a whole lot. Like, I feel like he doesn't have that wide of a hero pool for TC.
He doesn't have a wide hero pool in terms of heroes that he's really good with.
We saw this yesterday, actually, for TC. This is I think this could be classified as a fighter. I mean, you have
He's
that
a
ship.
fighter.
I mean, you have obviously the Tidebringer, and if he had a Torn as well, I mean, he did okay yesterday. I mean, he missed a couple of combos, but he still did well enough that he was able to get a lot of kills and be pretty aggressive with the Kunkka, and he just got some decent farm with the Lothars coming out, and I don't know. I like this hero a lot, actually, and this
He's really good.
The boat, like Torrent boat into like an Illuminate blast, like that could be a lot of damage coming out. Plus the waveform.
Even something as simple as like Torrent Vacuum.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, it's also really good versus AA Ultimate. You have the Kunkka Rum on you. It's very difficult to shatter during that, and they buffed the duration to 10 seconds. How long is AA ult? It's what? 10 seconds?
Yeah,
so
I think it's the same. So
it's not a hard counter, but it's a pretty good solution to AA Ultimate.
Yeah, I love that, actually. And I love the ghost ship change. I just feel like it's so strong right now. I don't know. Hitting it is not the easiest thing in the world, but the rum is just so strong, like you mentioned, the buff duration being 10 seconds now. I'm not sure about the Ancient Apparition and Sand King. Shanks and whatever have been playing okay, but not really the best today. We saw them a bit earlier. Pat Soul was the only one on that team that looked like they were doing anything, or looked like he was doing anything. He loves this Mirana, and he'll probably do a good job with it. They'll go for the Tide Hunters, so they'll have Ravage, a hero that we've seen picked up a bit here and
The
there.
most classic matchup ever, Kunkka versus Tide.
Oh yeah, Kunkka.
I want to hear the interaction between them. You know how they have the cool lines like Lena and Crystal Maiden have the whatever.
It's like when they get in lane against each other. I think like they won't do it beforehand. I'm pretty sure.
I hope so.
Yeah,
That'd
so
be cool.
we'll hear it. I'm sure at
The
some
real
point.
question is, does he have Squiddles?
What is Squiddles exactly?
Squiddles is a mythical Tide Hunter offhand.
Prepare for battle.
No, he has a Wrecking Ball.
Wrecking Ball.
This
All
is
right.
not bad.
You're like an expert on items, man. I don't even know what that is. Just like, all right, yeah.
Dude, you don't know about Squiddles?
I don't know about Squiddles. I might have
Man.
seen it. I'm sure I probably have, but like,
Squiddles is cool.
yeah. Well, that's we're gonna get a quick
Let's
pause.
see if they have any other sets. Does Kunkka have any cool sets? Wow, this Darkseer looks like a noob. Morphling. He has this ancient set. That set's ugly.
That's old. That's old set too.
Yeah, that thing's mad ugly. TC doesn't have any Kunkka items. Probably doesn't play Kunkka that much.
No.
He does have a Luna set, so.
There was a stat yesterday that K-pop brought up that was like 2 or 3, I guess, games for TC as Kunkka. I might be wrong. Yeah. So. Yeah, I mean, like he doesn't play it too often, so and you could see it there clearly with that like no set.
Dude, he has a Lucky Tooth necklace.
Yeah, but like that's one item.
It's
Like
a common.
there was a Fly played the Kunkka. Fly from Top 5 played the Kunkka last time, and he had this like ridiculously awesome like swag set. He like pop
I know.
collar and like the pipe and everything. I was like hell yeah.
People are serious about heroes when they have a lot of items.
Yeah, exactly. Well, unfortunately, he had like less farm than supports at the end of the game, but
At least he's serious about the hero.
yeah, he's serious about the hero. That's true. Demon he's got the mythical horse. He's got.
Demon's pretty serious with the Keeper of Light.
Is he?
Yeah, dude, he's known for quelling base shenanigans.
Oh yeah, I casted that game. I remember that. That was crazy. I forget what that was in. I think it was ESL, maybe. Oh my god, that was so long ago. That was last year at this time.
He is legendary for doing crazy stuff. You think that Kato, it's like, how much can he do with Kato? You just blast from weird locations, right? But he takes it to the next level.
He's like offlane freaking coddle, and I'm just like, yeah, this isn't gonna work. And then he just does something ridiculously crazy. And so yeah, that's true. It's been a while since I've seen Demon coddle, but I'm excited for it, man. I'll tell you what. So
Classic Jimmy.
classic Jimmy indeed. We are gonna jump into the game, guys. And for Team Liquid on the Dire side, speaking of him, it's gonna be Pegasus or Demon. He'll be on the Keeper of the Light. Meanwhile, backing up the rear, it's going to be Koikfa on the Morphling, and Waitsu will be on the Shadow Demon. They're going to go for that aggro tri-lane down bottom. Mid lane, it is going to be TC. He'll be up on that Admiral Kunkka. And to round it all out for Team Liquid, it's going to be Bulba on the Darkseer.
Wow, that's rude, Boba. Saying ni hao, acting like they're Chinese. Anyways, every time whatever says something, I'm always like, who's saying this in chat? I'm like, whatever, good luck, have fun. And then I look at his name, it's like, oh, his name's
it's
whatever.
the name.
It's always
Got
really
it.
confusing, though. Even though it's in yellow. Anyways,
You going to do the intros here?
I like the pregame antics. Now you can do it.
Okay, all right, okay, fine. I just got shut down hard, guys. All right, well, for top 5, whatever's going to be on the Ancient Apparition here. Patzel's going to be on the Mirana. Shanks is going to be on the Sand King here. That's going to be the defensive tri-lane, so it looks like it's still going to be aggro coming out for Liquid. So try versus try. Fly is going to be on the Invoker, going for Exhort, Quasi-Exhort early on, and DJ, Respect My Authority, or Legendary, whatever you want to call him, will be on the
Respect
Tide
my
Hunter.
authority.
Authority?
It's definitely not a Y at the end.
Authority, okay. Yeah, okay, you're right. Yeah, I can't do the Cartman voice. I'm not going to do it right now. No, you're not peer pressuring me into this.
You're missing.
No, I'm not missing anything. The game has just started. I'm glad you could finally join us here, Ben, and we're ready to go and ready to get this game underway. The aggro tri-lane, Disruption, Illuminate, Waveform, they're probably going to go for Soul Catcher. Shanks is sitting on the backside. He's going to look for a Burst Strike early on, I'd imagine. We'll see if he can sneak anything in here. They're not really baiting, and it's just going to be some early CS, maybe pass.
Why in the hell are they putting Morphling bottom instead of Kunkka?
Yeah, well, I don't know, just to get him more farm, and obviously, to get him kills too would be nice.
Who cares if Kunkka gets farm? He has Torn and Boat. Morphling without farm is gonna die. He's useless.
He's got waveform. He'll be all right. He's gonna have.
He
strength
needs
more.
levels though.
Yeah, that's true. But they might rotate. They might roam. Well, then Kyle's not
Why
gonna go
not-
roamer.
why
Yeah,
would they
yeah, they're not
rotate?
gonna roam. They're not gonna roam.
This
All
is
right.
strange.
Yeah, I don't know why they landed this way, but
Maybe they're showing that they can be flexible, even if it's. I don't know.
you just see Kunkka so often mid. It's just why go against that? And TC played it last time mid as well, and that seems to be where
They
he's
could even do
comfortable.
dual lanes.
Yeah, 2-on-2 would make more sense, I think, but
Yeah, I don't know. It's just really strange. Invoker's, it's a lot.
yeah, because Tidebringer
But,
Fly's taking a lot of
this is
damage.
Level 1, man. I don't know. I actually think that's not a great matchup for Kunkka. And I also just think Invoker can do I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Whatever.
Disruption is going to go. There might be an Illuminate coming through. Leap away. Patzel. No, you're in the trees, dude. All right, he ate his way out of there. Burrow Strike coming through. Sunstrike. It's going to hit on Way 2. Who's going to get first blood? It looks like it is going to be Quakefa, but Way 2 will fall to the right click.
That leave was awesome.
Yeah, that was...
Dude, that torch, man. GG torch right there.
Jeez. He got stuck. He hit that tree immediately, too. That's rather unfortunate.
That
Yeah.
was funny.
That Patzel, man.
Who
You're not...
knew? I didn't know that block. Did you know? That has...
I didn't... I mean, well, how often do you freaking leap into the torch there is the question.
You could blink in there.
Well, yeah, but, like, why would you? Just like what?
Maybe you're testing out the terrain.
All right, no. Okay, all right.
You never went around. I used to go around checking out the trees. I'm like, huh, this is kind of cool.
All right,
I can
well,
use this later.
You missed that one spot then, huh?
I did miss that one spot.
All right.
It's so obvious that I missed it.
The Illuminate coming out from Demon right now, still trying to harass and take away this pull from top 5. So they already got a kill. It's a 1-for-1 trade though, but they did get first blood for Quickfoot, which is huge. So that's going to give them some nice.
Not only that, they killed Potom.
Yeah, and I mean, Patzel getting shut down is really important. Again, Patzel is really good at finding farm later on in the game, so even if he gets shut down now, he might still be able to come back into the game. They're roaming some heroes around. It looks like we have the Coddle coming back around. He might have just been running around making sure he doesn't get caught out of position. There's still the Shadow Demon down there. Top lane, the CS is definitely going for Bulba. 20 last hits right now. The Tidehunter is not doing bad with 12. The Ion not doing enough work to really bring down DJ, so Respect's actually getting something done. And then in the mid matchup, it's actually really even. 11-11 right now. TC can harass with Tidebringer, but again, the Invoker is Quas Exhort. He could start using his Forge Spirits pretty soon if he wants to. And it's pretty even, I guess, across the map for the most part.
They do have a threat of the Sunstrike on the bottom lane.
Yeah.
If someone gets defensively disrupted,
Yeah.
I guess it'll be split up, but they still have a lot of stun to keep somebody in place.
Right. I mean, you saw the Sunstrike. It actually came through in that first gank, and almost, I mean, it's pretty much what killed Way 2. There was some right-click afterward, but, well, I mean, there is always that threat of that global presence, and we'll see what the Invoker wants to do, if he's just going to stay in lane, if he's going to go for maybe an early Necro, maybe go for a Midas. I mean, most Quas Exhort pick up that Midas, and they go right into that Necro book, I feel like. They get Brown Boots, but that's it. I don't know. We'll see what Fly wants to do here.
Yeah, Ball was able to actually go in the neutrals too, so he's getting a lot more out of the Tidehunter in this safe lane. It is his safe lane though, so.
Yeah, I mean he should be doing fine.
To.
He can't creep cut either, not in the safe lane anyway. So
but he can
really
use neutrals.
Right, exactly. That's the trade-off there. So he actually took a lot of damage. Probably got Gush there. No, it's a level 3 Anchor Smash. No Gush leveled up. Level 2 point into Kraken Shell. Interestingly enough.
Gush is pretty useless first.
Yeah, I mean,
matchup.
he's going to just surge away, so he doesn't need to get it now. He'll have Ravage soon, actually. Maybe get some rotations up there to try to gank Bulba, or they can maybe roam mid and try to take down TC on the Kunkka. I don't know, there was a lot of options, but for the first 4 minutes, it's pretty, I guess, just nonchalant. Patzel's going to take an Illuminate. That's going to take a little bit. But
he's been taking a lot. He did have 8 tangos at the start, so it's not the worst thing in the world.
He just regen up, just eating those trees, essentially. He's got 3 now. We'll see. Waveform's going to go through. They're just going to harass Pat Soul. They're just going to use their mana and just kind of just keep throwing that harass there. So, 1-1 still. Shanks is not going to the jungle. He's going to try. Oh my god, that Illuminate hurts the waveform, but it misses the Burrow Strike. Well played. The Sandstorm coming out. They're going to, of course, just maybe try to keep chasing, but they have no follow-up. Way 2 can't get there for a disruption. And they almost get a kill, but a really nice reaction from that Shanks Sand King.
Pegasus is so good about putting pressure on all the heroes. He's putting pressure on Patzel. He's almost out of regen right now. He's also putting pressure on the supports, doing the neutrals, and it's almost him alone. Like, Morphling didn't actually contribute to the Sand King. He threatened him, but he didn't actually kill him or do any damage, and Shadow Demon's just kind of there for show at this point.
Yeah, and it's not like they're getting kills, but they're stopping Patzel from farming. And like you said, they're taking the pulls as well, which is really important, making sure that they have, essentially, they're winning the tri lane for the most part. I mean, Quakefa's sitting on 26 last hits right now, and he's doing pretty well in terms of CS. Way 2's going to look for the 6-minute rune, it looks like. Maybe go for a gank afterwards. He's level 3 right now. Sand King Shanks doesn't have much. He's going to head top, and maybe they're going to try to get a kill. Like I said, they have Ravage on Tidehunter. A Burrow Strike plus a Ravage might be enough to get a kill here on Bulba, who, by the way, is pretty much out of mana, too.
It's not important to kill him, though. They have a Kunkka and a Morphling on the opposite team, so if they blow Ravage right here, it's actually pretty good for Liquid.
Yeah, and then they could be a bit, I guess, more aggressive and play a bit more carefully, or they have more room to work with on the map, so we'll see. And, I mean, that Sand King is up there. He's hiding in the trees, so it looks like he wants to clearly get something done, but there is that roam from Way 2. He's in that middle lane, but I'm not sure if they're going to be able to grab that kill on Fly. Way 2 is just going to be there, and they could get the Torrent combo off with the Disruption if they want to go for it. Wei-2 still sitting on that high ground. They're going to X-Spark's going to go through the Torrent's going to fly. They're going to use that Soul Catcher. It's going to land, but not really doing any damage. That Torrent didn't do much there.
It's only one Torrent.
Yeah, that did not hurt Fly. He's fine. And Shanks actually TP'd, so he's been walking around the map, not getting anything. He didn't get an experience from top. He didn't get any farm. Now he's going to head to the jungle. He's going to stack it up, and he'll try to Sandstorm, I think.
Did he pick up level 2 Burrow Strike or Sandstorm? So level 2 Sandstorm.
Yeah.
This is safer for Sand Kings. Less aggressive, but safer.
Yeah, and he's just going to use that. He'll just continue to farm. He'll try to get to an early Blink Dagger. Shouldn't be that late, honestly. Could go for Arcanes if he wants to fight like we saw from Fog last game, but that doesn't seem to be the case. He just probably wants that Blink Dagger. 7 minutes in, the top CSer in the game going to be Bulba on that Darkseer, but like you said, he has the creeps to use. He's got his lane to use as well. He's probably going to go for that mech. I mean, he usually does.
Look at Jimmy just constantly waveforming. They're getting far more out of this than the supports are, and they have really good eyes too. They have an Observer Ward over here, which actually alluded to Sentry Wards coming out from top 5, and they have an Observer Ward down here right next to the tower that they can see anyone TPing in, and they can definitely see Mirana hiding in the trees.
Yeah, and they're taking the stacks too. Like Demon, he's just illuminating those stacks that are probably supposed to be for the Sand King.
Look at this tri-stack.
Yeah, I mean, like he's gonna get so much money out of that.
Oh no!
Like, and the waveform maybe for Quakefoot if he wants to. Like, they could just get all of this gold for them. Like, they just fed them gold by stacking those camps up. And you have to know about that against a Coddle and even against Quakefoot on the Morphling. So,
do you ban Coddle versus Liquid? Since they're so good at aggroing Tri with it? Or is it just because top 5 is weak?
I mean, honestly, I think top 5, they weren't expecting this. And I don't know.
What do you mean they don't expect it? This is what Liquid does, like, very, very often. If not Wraith King plus Potom, which is what they normally do with the Coddle, it's still some combination with Coddle.
You can ban it maybe in the second ban phase.
Maybe second ban?
Yeah,
That's reasonable.
I don't think you could ban it first ban phase. That's just, there's too many heroes to ban out, I think, so.
I don't actually know if there's that many heroes that you want to ban out versus Liquid that aren't Potom and Coddle.
Yeah.
I think those are your big problem heroes versus. They can run Tree occasionally, but Tree, I think, he has kind of taken a tip down in terms of popularity.
Well, they've been playing them like every game in the qualifiers, though.
Yeah, I know. Liquid?
Not for Liquid, I guess.
No,
That's
I'm
true.
talking about, yeah, not for Liquid too much, although they can use it. I mean, this Coddle is just such a big problem. You're supposed to win your tri-lane. You're supposed to be able to get stacks up on Sand King. You're supposed to be able to pull with your supports, and they can't do any of it.
Mid lane boat's going to hit Fly. Looks like he's going to go down one more hit. Will do the job. TC with a double damage rune. That's a combo that he finally hits. Nicely done there. A solo kill on Fly. That is some nice gold going for Liquid TC. So, solo kill, that's good. Shanks is a little bit late to the party, but going back to the Coddle argument, I haven't really seen Liquid play Coddle too much. I'm sure they have, but, I mean, if it's been like this, if anything,
It has been like this.
then, I mean, maybe you got to think about banning it. Definitely in that second ban phase, so. Mech's going to be done for Bulba pretty soon. He's already got both of the, I guess, items, and then he'll just get the recipe ready to go. It's 9 minutes, almost 10 minutes in. Actually, he had the recipe flying out to him right there. So 9-minute Mech coming out for Bulba. They can fight a bit more aggressively. He might need some more experience, but for the most part, they're still farming with Quake for bottom. Like you said, they might get 1 or 2 items for him before they start going super aggressive, but they have the fighter in TC. So when do they start being aggressive here for Liquid?
I think firstly they need to take down the tower, and then they can keep fighting until Sand King gets his Blink Dagger. I think is the big point where they're like, maybe we should take a step back. But at the same time, even Epicenter, Ravage might not be that devastating if they have the Kunkka Rum, because Morphling will have a ton of time to replicate. Shadow Demon probably staying in the back, same with Keeper Light, and Darkseer has his mech up. So they do have this like big threatening team fight combination from top 5, but as it stands right now and how the lanes have shaped up, I don't actually think they may take big casualties in the first big team fight.
Yeah.
So I actually don't think they need a wait.
Oh, boat, Fly. Ice Wall is down, and he gets the Moonlight Shadow to help him out as well. He'll survive this one, but that was a bit close. So Fly will stay alive. He'll continue to farm up, looking to get that Quas Exort maxed out, or I guess 4 and 4, just to get the double Forge Spirits. It's really important coming out for the Invoker. 2-1 the score, so not super active in terms of, you know, the kills like we saw in the last game, but Liquid already have this huge lead. It's almost 4,000. The experience, 2,000 going their way. Quakefoot is continuing to free farm. They have the top 3 in net worth. The next highest is going to be the Tidehunter, which is fine. He'll probably be going for, it looks like Tide's going to be picking up that mech, then into a Blink Dagger a bit later. And, solid start for Liquid, though. I mean, they have a huge advantage here, I'd say. At least 3,000 is pretty good, so.
I don't think Invoker should have lost mid this badly. I don't think he used Forge Spirits until now, and if you don't have that, you're not going to be able to last sit against Kunkka's Tidebringer. So he's heavily out CS, 45 versus a 64 on Kunkka. Some of it due to the solo kill and a couple of the runes, but even Forge Spirits for the rune control is actually very useful too.
Yeah, I mean, Yeah, that's true. Just being able to secure, maybe even just to deny. I mean, like, I'm not sure if Rune Control has gone Liquid's way. I haven't really been looking. I'm sure TC's gotten a couple here and there, but they're going to rotate DJ down bottom. They have Ravage, but everyone has rotated out from Liquid. They, I guess, snuffed out the rotation like, all right, we're just going to leave now. Bulba's still farming top. You can see some of the heroes heading to the jungle. Kyle's going to head up there. There's going to be a stack, I think, on the Dire Ancient side coming out, and that'll be pretty nice to have. There's a Haste Rune coming out for TC again. So
the pressure is on top 5 right now because they have worse late game because Invoker already died once, Potom already died once, and she has a pretty low CS. She's actually on the bottom half of the CS board, and they have the team fight, the better team fight with AA and Tidehunter, but neither of these are very, very good at actually being able to kill a Morph.
Right.
What did they can dump a lot of spells on him, but even if they do, they manage to catch him in a stun lock before he starts morphing. They still have defensive disrupt.
Yeah. And that's going to be important, too. It's so hard to kill Qualifiers, especially with Replicate up, too. He just Replicate out if there's any bad situation, even if he gets stunned. Yeah, like, exactly. They have to be able to lock him down some way. And they only have really Burrow Strike, Ravage, obviously, Cold Snap. An arrow. A big arrow would be useful.
He can still morph during it, so it's not even that big of an issue.
Yeah. Well, that's a Blink Dagger at 12 minutes for Bulba. That is pretty nice to have, obviously. The highest in net worth, no surprise there. They took down that Tier 1 tower top. Bottom should probably be their next objective. Speaking of bottom, there's the disruption. DJ getting caught out. Soul Catcher, I don't think it landed there on the Tidehunter, so they're not going to go for that kill. In fact, I believe it might have been on the creep, but now Gush on way 2. Burrow Strike might come through. Shanks wants to go on way 2. He wants that, but look at the right click that Quickfoot is doing. The Sunstrike, that's not going to be on point, but there's the Ravage. Not going to kill way 2 just yet, but he's still getting low. Mech is going to come through. The wall, the vacuum. Bulba gets in at the right time. X marks the boat. Going to come through. It's going to hit on DJ. The Torrent hitting as well. He is going to fall. 2 dead for top 5. It's a disaster. Nice rotation coming through from all of Team Liquid, essentially.
He was really stingy with Tidehunter Ravage, and sinking also misses stun. So 2 things really went poorly for them that fight. He could have Ravaged and just set up an easy kill, but at the same time, you don't really want to blow a Ravage on a solo Shadow Demon. I mean, he would have hit the Morphling, but they wouldn't have gotten a kill from it.
Yeah, exactly.
So that was just pretty good positioning by Liquid, and very good reaction from Darkseer coming in. And even TC. TC came in with the X to secure the kill on a Tidehunter. So now the first big team fight out of the way. They need Ancient Apparition Ultimate too. They need a little bit more damage. They need a lot more damage.
Yeah, and you talked about having the mech for that Ravage. Bulba used it like immediately when he got there. So they're able to sustain that damage, and level 1 Ravage is not that good because Liquid is so far ahead, because they have that mech, because they have... Way 2's actually... He's surviving decently well against, I mean, a team that has a lot of locked in, a lot of punishment as a Shadow Demon, which is kind of squishy to a certain extent. But Demon continues to be annoying. Patsol, he takes so much Illuminate damage. He is just having a rough time. He's got a recipe. He is going to go for that Recovery Midas at 14 minutes in.
You don't want to play late game war, not versus a Morphling.
No.
I don't. That's... I mean, it's nice to have a Midas, and it's, of course, always nice to have items, but you have to think about the long-term plan. When are they going to win it? When are they strongest? And they have very bad heroes versus BKB. Like, maybe like a Forged Spirit and a high level Necro Invoker can deal with BKB somewhat, but still, if an Invoker is your late game, then...
That's problematic. Well, Disruption, TC getting caught out. Cold Snap, Sunstrike, nice. He just dodges it easily. He knows it's coming, so...
Easy dodge.
Yeah, and he just says, listen, I know that Sunstrike's going to be there. And they're not going to go back in, not yet anyway.
TC's actually playing a very good Kunkka too. Maybe he belongs in mid.
Yeah, I mean, you can make the argument. I mean, I've seen him, like... He's good at many solo roles. I really like... and I saw the Kunkka game yesterday. It was really solid. So...
He's a good fighter.
Yeah, absolutely.
If he actually fights.
Well, I mean, it depends on how his other mids are as well. Like maybe like a Shadow Fiend or something. You can go for like
his
that.
Shadow Fiend is decent.
Yeah.
I've only seen it in the safe lane, but it's still good enough.
Yeah. So maybe they might make that rotation. I mean, they have been like they switched up the. I guess the. They switched up the lanes a little bit here and there. I mean, TC being in mid is something sort of unusual, but still, they're looking solid right now. 4-1 at 15 minutes in. Gush is going to go through. Looks like way 2 getting caught out. He will die this time around. Epicenter, no. It's got to be the, of course, boat hitting on fly.
Out there? I guess he wants to like maybe set up a kill on someone in mid.
Yeah, that's
dangerous.
There's still that tier 1 tower mid.
But it's just a Shadow Demon though.
You don't need way 2. It's fine. And I mean, they used the Ghost Ship. It's on cooldown for a bit. But wow, that gold graph is ridiculous. 7,500 going for Liquid. TC picks up a DD rune. Now it looks like top 5. They want to force something. They've got Ravage ready to go. There's no mech. Yeah, this might be the time that they fight here. Fly has some decent levels.
You're gonna 5-man versus Kato though. You're wasting your time.
You're just getting illuminated, and now Quickfoot is split pushing top. We saw this sort of same exact thing to a lesser, or I guess more extent, coming out from Snaking that last game when he played with NAR. But They're going to Torrent. They'll miss that up. The Illuminate's not going to connect either. And DJ, he's going to go back to the high ground here. They're going to push quick for off. Disruption's going to come through. That'll be on Shanks right now. They're looking for an engagement. Burrow strike out. X-Mark's going to come in on the backside. That'll be up on DJ. Now the Ghost Ship is going to hit. The Ancient Apparition ult going to come through. There's the Ravage. DJ getting low. He's not dead yet. But here we go. Boba Vacuum Wall comes in. Now he's going to dunk on people. Fly getting wrecked. The Illuminate going through as well. Not enough damage. Look at that damage, though, coming out from the Starstorm. Pat Soul turning it around. It's 2 for 1. TC about to fall. Double kill for Pat Soul.
The rumble
again.
wore off.
Yeah.
They weren't ready for that.
Yeah. They were being a bit too aggressive. I guess they kind of forgot about the room to a certain extent.
Well, also, they didn't expect Bulba to blow up right there. If Bulba doesn't die, he's able to pop his mech. AAO wasn't actually on him yet, so very nice positioning by the Potom, catching them off guard uphill. They also don't have sights on uphill. If you see the observer ward in mid, it only catches like over here, like halfway around the ramp.
Yeah.
Actually, they can't see it on this map, but...
Well, there's going to be that team fight recap coming up, which is really nice. You can see they pop the mech, they pop the Ravage, and the Ancient Apparition Ice Blast, which is pretty short cooldown anyways. Demonic Purge as well as Wall going for Liquid. Liquid get the net worth, but there's a bit of experience going for top 5. Pat Soul desperately needed that double kill to like at least get something.
The only reason the net worth is so different that fight is because the Quick got the top tower.
Yeah, that's true.
Without the top tower, it's about an even exchange.
Yeah.
Which is good for top 5 since they're so far
Yeah,
behind.
they need something. And Pat Soul getting, like I said, a double kill. At least get some... I mean, he's got phase now. Does he go straight like Maelstrom because he has a Midas? Does he go for a Drum? What does he pick up here next?
Maelstrom's decent. I would not say Desolator.
Mm-hmm.
Maelstrom probably tried and true, and they can just dump it on to Tidehunter. That's
Right.
probably the best idea because it's very unlikely that Morphling's going to get a BKB. He doesn't have to, although he can. He's not going to get it second, I'd say. Actually, if they want to be pretty safe, they could just BKB in top 5 nothing bursted. So either or.
Yeah, but I think he'll probably...
What else can he go?
I mean, go shotgun maybe, but...
Oh, no, I'm talking about...
Oh, for the bottom? Yeah, no, you're right. I don't really know. You're not
Manta's
gonna go-
nice if they want to split push, but they can't really split push versus a Morphling and a Coddle.
They have the Invoker for that, too. They have the
Yeah.
Forge Spirits. He's going to probably go for a Necro. I mean, if he's got enough farm
But isn't
for
that
it
better
anyways.
since they have like double split push?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that works, too. I mean, Yasha, Manta, that's fine. I generally think Pat Soul goes for Maelstrom more often than not.
I would
so-
say Manta or Maelstrom.
Yeah, either of those are fine.
There's not really too many options open to him. The other option is Desolator. And
You're
I
not
think
gonna
they'll make
go
him
that,
too
I don't think.
squishy. He'll get shotgun to death.
Yep, so 6-4. TC actually has a Shadow Blade done now, too. And he's got 2 kills, 2 assists. He's looking strong. Necro 1 is done for the Invoker, so he did get that item up. I mean, Necro 1's not very good, but Necro level 2 and 3, once that gets up and ready to go, that actually might be kind of difficult for Liquid to deal with. They're still super far ahead. They have the top 3 in net worth by a wide margin. TC's going to Shadow Blade and maybe looking for a solo kill or something. He's got an Illusion Rune, which is okay. They have so much map control here. All across the map, if you look at the dire wards, they have so much vision. It's like, and the top 5 have nothing. They can't really get into the enemy jungle. Liquid have just vision in the lane and top, and they have the vision in the jungle. I feel like that's huge.
It's not only that they have vision. Well, Fly probably.
Pulse Snap on Bulba. Gonna try to just avoid any damage with Vacuum coming through the Shadow Poison. Bulba's still pretty tanky. He's got the mech. Here comes TC and Demon to come in. Ice Blast gonna be off point, missing everybody. Fly now. They throw the sentry down. I think he Ghost Walker. No, he had Moonlight Shadow rather. Of course, Torrent's flying up. Disruption the Soul Catcher and an easy kill. Liquid combining up to get another one. They're gonna have to TP back mid though. DJ. Ravage is up in 3 seconds here. Quickva, he'll push this back. They don't even have to do anything. They're just gonna back off. They don't want to deal with Liquid's team fight right now.
Yeah, it's not only that they have good vision of the side lanes. It's just they have good heroes to split push out with too. Like even if you blow everything on a Morphling, you probably can't kill him at this point, especially not with the Link and stuff. So I don't think he's your best target to kill. And at the same time, top 5 can't really split push of their own and push out lanes because of the Kunkka and the Shadow Demon.
Yeah, absolutely. And you talked about also once Demon gets Zags, and even before that, he could just recall if he wants to split push out. Maybe even go for bots at some point for Demon if he wants to be a bit greedy and they want to just try to continue to split push. But I don't even know if they need to. They have plenty of team fight. They have wall. They've got a mech now.
To be honest, like Ags doesn't really matter this game.
Yeah, no, I don't think
they're
so.
doing very, very well without it. And yeah, I mean, top 5, so they can't push because Coddle is just destroying their pushes and wasting all their time.
Yep.
They have worse late game. Even though Potom has a Midas, you're talking about a Morphling who is going to go BKB next. And you're talking about a Kunkka who has absolute free farm. He's only died once. Already has Shadow Blade Ogre Club. So they're going double BKB. That means top 5, they can't really take team fights. They can't push. They can't out late games. So they kind of have to split up and farm and wait for Liquid to make a mistake and venture past their side of the river.
Yeah, but the question is, are they going to? They're going to smoke up right now. They're going to try to get something done here. They're going to check the jungle first. They realize that maybe nobody's there. They can go mid and try to find this Tidehunter, they can even take the tower in the process. Ice Blast is going to go. This Tier 1 tower would be a big, I think, objective for Liquid, the last Tier 1 of the game for top 5, and it would give them even more map control, but they're going to head bottom instead. And, yeah, the double BKB, you talked about it. I mean, Ravage and Epicenter against that Morphling who is going for that in TC, I think you said, as well as getting it for Liquid. Yeah, so, I mean, like, BKBs are going to be really strong in this game.
Bottom can't really do anything either. She's going for a defensive build with the Perseverance and the Lincolns.
She has no right-click right now at all, and she's really relying on Arrow and Starstorm, and like you said, well, I mean, it's just not going to matter at some point. Now there's a 10,000 gold lead for Liquid. They are just crushing top 5, and this is a game that top 5, I mean, they pretty much need to win. But this is a true pro team coming out for Team Liquid, so they're looking real strong. But look at Fly, he is split pushing. Quakefa, he's not really ready. He is going to deny, though. That's a nice play, but Cobble's not there to help push that wave out. Fly gets at least the tower deny, which gives them some gold, but obviously would like the last hit. Down bottom, Illuminate's going in there. They're going to use the ship as well as the X marks. Pat Soul Torrent goes through. He is dead. That poor freaking Mirana, man. Jeez.
Guess he does need the Lincolns.
Yeah. That X marks, man.
X Marks owns Mirana. There's a lot of solutions to Mirana, but teams aren't just picking it. It looks like teams are actually starting to experiment. I've seen a lot of Disruptor. I've seen a Slark. Now we see Kunkka, and all these heroes are very great because if you can get rid of that Leap is really long cooldown.
Yeah.
So anything like Glimpse, like Slark Pounce, which you can't leap out of, anything like X Torrent to just lock her in place is just amazing.
Epicenter in the top lane. Quakefa is 100% fine. I don't know what happened there. He didn't even have to morph that much strength. They're going to try to trade. No, the tier 2 tower is going to be gone in that bottom lane. There's going to be no trade had. They're going to forward up. TC's going to try to get this last hit here and then back away, or not. He's going to X marks real quick, then hit it, then get out of there. Ice Blast is going to go. It's not going to connect. It looks like Bulba is going to be the one to have that BKB. Necro 3 is done, which is nice, but oh, Deny coming through in that. No, Waitsu snipes it from the backside. He's got to get a disruption as well. Moonlight Shadow, they have detection. They've got the Sentry. Demonic Purge, Vacuum, whatever. You are dead, my friend. That is, oh, Burrow Strike in from Shanks. Sunstrike on Demon. Ravage is going to go. They blow him up. 1-for-1 trade. Now, TC getting caught out, earned up as well. I think he got Arrow. He's taking a lot of damage just standing there. The mech's going as well. Bulba going to surge his way out of there. Burrow Strike in. TC's about to fall and will. BKB for Bulba, but he's taking a lot of right-click damage from the Necros, from the Forge Spirits. He might fall here. The right-click isn't enough. He blinks away. He disjoints it. Bulba is still alive. Quakefa making his way out of there. It is a 2-for-2 trade still. Quakefa making a move on Pat Soul. A lot of Shadow Poison stacks going. Waitsu dropping them on Pat Soul, but they will get the tier 1 tower. That's a nice engagement for top 5. It was even, so.
That was very, very good. They actually got the jump on them by kind of baiting AA into a position that Liquid didn't really want to be in. On top of that, Tidehunter has his Blink Dagger. So I generally like to blink before the mech on Tidehunter because Ravage is an early fighting tool. You don't want to wait until the other team has their BKBs, and they will have 3 BKBs up very, very soon.
They have them now.
If he goes blink before mech, he can kind of limit their BKB farm, and generally a good Ravage is enough to win a team fight, like mech or no mech, especially with AA ultimate. Like,
yeah.
They don't really need it.
Yeah.
They just need damage. They need the positioning, and they need that to be follow up. They need to follow up with Epicenter, with Sunstrike, these big damaging spells, and again, a lot of this is off the back of Liquid not having BKBs, and once they get them, they can kind of just roll over them.
Yeah, I mean, TC almost has his. He's got his Mithril Hammer. He needs 1,000 more gold to pick that up. Quakefa has his now. Now he'll start building it towards damage, whether that's a shotgun. You know, that's probably most likely. There's going to be that ship down bottom. They're going to catch out Fly here, but he is going to Ghost Walk. They have no detection between Bulba and TC. Maybe at some point, considering you have Moonlight Shadow, one of those heroes might have to buy, well, maybe not one of those heroes, but at least somebody's got to buy a gem.
Coddle will get a gem after his Ags.
He's got it now. That's the Ags done now for Demon, so he's got that day vision, and that's pretty great to have as well. The recall, decent. Blinding Light, though, on cooldown, like every 12 seconds is pretty great.
Not versus their lineup, unfortunately, but it's generally pretty useful. It's pretty good versus Invoker, I suppose. But they have all magic-based.
Yeah.
The heal, I think, is actually really useful. Not versus
Yeah, the heal, too. Yeah, that's nice to have.
It's
man.
so.
He does a lot of stuff, that Coddle, with, of course, his Aghanim Scepter, so it's exciting to see.
It's a really cool idea of an upgrade. I like that a lot.
It is. But at some point, I don't know. It's interesting that he chose to have it heal, I suppose, and the day vision, kind of like sort of like Night Stalker to a certain extent. Yeah. It's a little bit of the opposite, but still pretty cool. And I guess now, yeah, Quakefa gets another item. He gets maybe a damaging item here, and they could start fighting. They can even start fighting now, theoretically, with those BKBs, but...
They don't have to.
Yeah.
They could easily do Roshan, I think. If they just need to like threaten a gank, so top 5 can't actually move out of this area of the map.
Yeah. I mean, map control is definitely starting to go in favor of Liquid. I mean, it has. They're keeping the lanes pressured a lot, obviously, with the Coddle. They've got Shadow Poison. Even the Necro 3s aren't really doing that much. They got the tower mid, but that was off the back of an okay fight for top 5. So that's the BKB done for the Kunkka, which he already has his Lothar, so you generally don't see these kind of defensive builds as often, but like now he'll probably go for a Daedalus next. That's generally the next step for a Kunkka after he gets his BKB. They'll take Roshan as well, and that'll be an Aegis and a lot more to deal with for top 5.
Is the sound cutting off of my screen? Is that yours?
Uh,
I guess.
yeah, it is.
That's interesting.
Yeah,
That must be awkward for some spectators.
I don't think they hear it.
Oh, my sound. Okay, never mind. JK. I'm confused.
No, it's all right. I was confused as well when it was first happening. I was like, oh, where's the sound coming from exactly? But all right. So 1,300 net worth for Quakefoot. He's feeling it right now, man.
I'll just look over here so you don't see anything.
Okay. Net worth.
Can you cast without sounds mod?
Yeah, I can. I've done it before. It's like difficult because like I can't hear what's happening on the map, but like. Oh my God! You're actually doing it. You're just not even looking at the map right now.
I'm looking.
I mean, you're looking over here, but yeah, no sounds. Okay.
Roshan went down.
Okay. Well, they're gonna go.
Can
mid.
you tell that happened without the sound?
Yeah, I saw the Aegis.
I'm kidding, dude. I'm kidding. Relax. Relax.
I'm getting trolled, everybody. Help. Help.
Oh.
All right, guys. Damn, dude. Jesus.
Whoa.
All right. Well, you finally put the sound back. Thanks. Now I can
No
listen.
problem.
I can actually hear what's going on in the game. Excellent. Good
I'm
stuff.
testing your abilities as a caster. You have to be able to deal with this in times of stress.
Listen, man. I've been casting for a while. I've been casting longer than you have. All right. So you don't need to test my abilities. Oof. Oof.
Oh.
Away from Quakefoot. All right. It's 27 minutes in, 28 minutes in. Like you said, they don't have to fight. They could keep farming. They're putting pressure on the tier 2 tower.
Yes.
But they don't really like feel the need to go for anything crazy unless they can catch somebody out of position. There's the Lincoln Sphere from Rana. Still very defensive. No right click for her right now. I don't know. It's not looking good for Pat Sloan and the top 5 squad.
It is not. Podum's not your ideal hard carry. And Invoker, I mean, he's nice. But it's only Midas and Necro in 28. It's not a great timing. It's not the worst, but he has like almost half the CS. A little over half the CS of Morphling.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. They just don't have any map control. Like, what? How are they going to actually kill people? Maybe like sinking, blink, stun, arrow, but that doesn't happen at all. And all the other heroes are like pretty darn tanky, so they can't do that. I think they have to be able to threaten one of the sides though, and maybe just straight up Epicenter plus Ravage heroes, so that they can't do whatever they want. Liquid, they just push out the side lanes.
And
Look, Koik has just been parked top the whole entire game.
Yeah, I mean, they don't really feel any pressure right now, and they shouldn't. I mean, they have a 12,000 gold lead. They have a lot of farm pretty much in all of their heroes. Even the supports are starting to get there. Way 2 still at about 4,000 net worth, but that's not bad. The gem, yep, you talked about it, Demon. He is going to be the one to purchase up the gem. So they have True Sight now for Moonlight Shadow, for Ghost Walk. They can counter ward, get even more map control. Tidehunter is going to be going for Pipe, it looks like, which is not bad. Boat's going to be coming through. I'm not sure where. That looks like bottom. Yeah, Patsol's going to get out this time. TC not able to connect there. All right.
So the shotgun's going to come out soon. Very, very soon on Morphling. So he just needs about 500 gold. Oh, sorry, 400 gold for that. And then, I don't know. Who can stand up versus shotgun? Tidehunter has 1600 HP, and he's building a pipe, so he is almost going to be immune to it.
Yeah.
Ancient Apparition, 700 HP. I think there's your target.
He's just going to die.
Invoker actually is pretty close to that range too, where he might die.
I mean, and you might not even only just have the shotgun. You have other damage coming out from
Yes.
other sources as well. So it's just like, dear God, why do we have to? Oh my God, there's a shotgun now. Please don't kill us. So
Yeah, and this is the beginning of the end for top 5, I'd say, because Quakefoot +1 can easily kill anybody on top 5, and Quakefoot alone can kill AA, he can kill Sand King if he has detection, he can probably kill Invoker. Podum has Lincoln, so she'll be okay.
Yeah.
And Tidehunter's a fatty.
yeah, that fatty Tidehunter, man. They're gonna get the blade up right now. You talked about it, and they're ready to go. It looks like. At least they could try to grab this tier 2 tower. Illuminate's going to go for Demon. He'll push in that wave. BKB done. There's Disruption now coming out. Sunstrike. Wave 2. He's going to fall. It's going to be the Ancient Apparition ult connecting. So that Wave 2, I don't know if they want to fight. They can still maybe 4v5 this.
They have the Aegis, and I think they want to take a fight with the Aegis. They have 3 minutes, and they can still, I think, threaten it because they have the recall, so they don't have to wait for him to TP to T2, then walk halfway down the map. It'll just be an instantaneous recall. Let's keep fighting if they want to.
Well, there's a Moonlight Shadow, but they have a Gem of Truth like we talked about for Demon, so they might run right into them.
But it's nighttime, so it's not the best time for them to fight.
Yeah, oh boy. They're going to run right into whatever. Demon's like, oh god, get me out of here. Nice. Blinding Light, but it's not going to matter. He's going to get arrowed up. The Ghost Ship's going to fly through. They're going to have the Gem. I think TC picked it up now. Fly BKB. They take down one immediately with the shotgun. DJ, he's still pretty tanky. He's used the Ravage yet? I don't believe so. No, he still has it right now. Epicenter as well. They have all of their abilities. Koipa getting mana burned right now, taking a bit of damage. Nice vacuum wall. The Torrent is well on top of it. They're going to town. The Sunstrike, but there's the Ravage, the counter initiation. The Aegis down, 3 for 2. Epicenter coming through as well, but TC's just going to run away from it. Koipa is back up. Waveform through. Do they have detection here? Now they're going to use the Adaptive Strike, I believe. And no, is TC just getting the kill with the cleave. 4 down for top 5. It's 14-8. And now they're going to get
vacuum wall Torrent.
Damn, like, Sam's so good. He's just such a good player. What a player Sam
He
is.
is. He's one of the better Darkseers. So that was, I mean, a nice fight for top 5, but fighting into an Aegis is not the best idea for them because they can't kill Morphling. First of all, he has BKB. Secondly, he has Aegis.
Yeah.
And thirdly, he probably has Boat too, if he really wants to. And poor AA just getting blown up. And they did lose a gem, so I think that's the biggest one for top 5 that fight. But
oh yeah, they actually have it on the title. I thought they picked it up for TC, but like I guess
no,
they
lost it.
Oh.
And then
like that's like the one thing you could take away is like, okay, well at least they got the gem. At least there's that.
it's good. That means they can get Moonlight Shadow initiated. So that's how they initiated that fight, even with the gem.
Yeah, that's true.
But it was daytime, or it was nighttime rather. If it was daytime, that wouldn't have happened.
Yeah. Quickfoot, Replicate, Deafening Blast. Well, that's a lot of stuff. No, Quickfoot getting brought back in. Patsoul coming through. There's the waveform. DJ getting focused now. Fly. Oh, the Adaptive Strike, the shotgun coming in. Quickfoot getting the kill. Now Shanks. Burrow strikes away from TC. They're just diving the base now. It's 32 minutes in. They have a huge lead. They can do whatever they want. Forward up in the tier 3 tower. Waveform again from Quickfoot. Still looking for Patsoul. The damage is there. The right clicks. The Sunstrike flying. It's going to miss. There was nobody even low except for Bulba, who had a BKB anyways. There's an X-Marks coming through. I'm not sure who that's on. Looks like it's going to be whatever getting torrented up. Now Fly. They're just trying to defend, but, I mean, they're going to lose a set of racks anyways. Illuminate, well, not a set, just the building. It looks like the melee racks is going to go down, but again, Liquid are just taking whatever they want in this game.
Did they even lose any heroes besides? Did they even lose any heroes?
I don't think they lost
I don't
anybody.
think so either.
That's
sad.
Yes.
Well, that is a fight without Ravage for top 5.
Yeah.
And without Ravage,
I mean, what are you going to do? I mean, even if they had Ravage too, it's the BKBs still. I mean, some of them might have been on cooldown. I don't think so.
You can get the jump on them, though, with BKBs.
Yeah, that's true.
Especially with the Epicenter. If you Epicenter, Blink, Burrow Strike, and Ravage, they can win a team fight, but that's a long shot.
Yeah.
Liquid is ready, and it's very difficult for Sankin to get in position because of the Coddle Wags.
And that's the only thing they can do, it seems like, and they just haven't been able to connect, so... I mean, they'll lose a set of racks now. They kill Fly, the Invoker. He's dead in a matter of seconds. They'll take a tier 3 tower, top 5. 34 minutes in, and again, not looking real good here. Shank's going to get it shotgunned up, but he just sandstorms, so no way they can really fleet up the shotgun. And tier 3 tower to fall. No real surprise there. They're just going to keep sieging, and that should be another set of racks, I think. Maybe even GG at this point.
Ravage is up. Tide Hunter is getting in position. Doesn't want to take a stray Shadow Poison, though. Epicenter up on Sankey. They might want to wait for the Invoker, who's up in 15 seconds. He has a BKB, but they still have a lot of physical damage, too, from the Kunkka, from the Morphling, and he can just get purged through it.
Yeah. I mean, even with that Invoker, it's still difficult. And the Maelstrom is done now at 34 seconds for Patsoul. It's a bit too late. I feel like it's the second set of racks now. They can go back, they can farm up, they can wait for Rosh and Aegis. Meanwhile, can you just leave the Ancient Apparition alone? Like, why? Why do you have to shotgun him, man? Why do you gotta be like that, Quickfoot?
Because they should have tapped out, making them feel the pain.
Yeah, I guess that's true. That's fair. Way too now, he's moving bottom, he's got his Blink Dagger, and yeah, it's 35 minutes in.
If you don't want a GG, man, the other team gets to do whatever they want.
That's true.
Fountain Camp, it's all fair game.
Harsh.
I'm a proponent of Fountain Camp.
Man, they're gonna make a Reddit thread about you. The epicenter misses there. Waveform. Oh God.
Hey, if Ice Frog didn't like fountain camping, he would just make it one-shot people. Okay.
All right. Okay. I'm just giving you a hard time. Quick for now. Well, I mean, it's. They're just gonna go for the tier 4s. They don't even need another set of racks. They can use it though. But oh, nice replicate out. I think he replicated. No, he got X marks there as the arrow. I think might have connected. Yeah, he was still stunned. Was working on that middle lane for the most part. Pat Soul. He's put up a valiant effort this game, and he's a strong player, but top 5, they were not ready for this draft coming out from Liquid. And it's not over yet, but they've got to find a way to initiate with Ravage, with Epicenter, but let's
It's
see.
over, Mott.
Okay. Arrow's going to fly.
Talk about something fun. Not one up for the old pirate. He takes down the green watermelon dude. Yeah, man. Titan fix Kunkka. You don't see that very often.
They haven't really been fighting, though.
Oh, that was a sick BKB.
Did he just get a... I think he got Ethereal Bladed. I'm pretty sure he had to do that to survive. Dear Lord.
Casual Cloak would probably help.
Yeah, I mean, it would. It certainly would.
Power Treads would also help.
Listen, man, he's got Brown Boots. It's fine.
I know he's going for it. He's going for BOT so he can split push, but you
yeah,
can't do it.
Tier 3 tower, it's about to fall. Quickfoot is going to go ahead and take that. His Scotty is now done. Arrow's going to sail through. That's going to hit a creep, unfortunately. Ancient Apparition, you've been here before, man. I don't know what you think is going to happen, but it's not going to be good. There's the Ravage coming in. There's going to be a lot of damage here. Liquid taking a lot, but a big vacuum wall hasn't been used yet, but the ship, it hits on 2. Petzel's going to leap away. DJ, he's done. Double kill for Quickfoot. He is godlike. That is GG. They finally say.
It's over, Mott.
That's it. And it is over. It is now over, okay? That's fair. All right.
I just give you a hard time.
Yeah, well, there you go, man.
Well, that was fun. Team Liquid, they're 6-1. Actually, 7-1 now. And they have 2 matches left. One versus Union, and one versus Shadows of the Past.
So, theoretically, they can win those 2 games, and they'd probably be in the top spot, I think. But North American Rejects are actually 8-1 right now, that's really solid.
That's definite first.
Did NAR beat Liquid?
NAR beat Liquid.
Okay. All right. Well, that makes sense.
Well,
then.
actually,
I don't. Well, let's
wait,
see.
they still have 2 games. Never mind. That's not definite first. JK. Liquid could go 9-1.
Yeah, that's true. All right. Well, that's gonna be it for this game.
Cool.
Good stuff.
Good stuff. Good job, Liquid.
Yeah.
TC
seriously.
showing us his flexibility.
Yeah.
That's
Nice
something
work,
that he's been
boys.
criticized for a lot,
Yeah.
including from me. So I like that he's doing a different role, and he played Kunkka very, very well. He dominated the Invoker mid. He got a solo kill. He controlled the runes. He had very nice X torrent boats, which is not the easiest thing to pull off, and he farmed well.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He played a solid game, I think, and it wasn't just TC either. I mean, they all played well. You talked about. I mean, Demon harassing Pat Soul, and that entire lane was just.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was
I think
awful. That was-
from just watching, it seemed like Jimmy had complete control over that
He
bottom
really
lane.
did.
He was dealing with the camps, with the poles, harassing Patsoul. He hit nukes on like everyone.
It seemed like a 1v3. It
Yeah,
was like
it was like
him versus the
there was
heroes.
other people there that were farming, and Shadow Demon was kind of standing in the back, but Jimmy
Yeah.
was just running that lane.
Yeah.
What do you do about that aggressive tri lane?
ban Coddle.
You think you have to ban Coddle? Is there a way you can deal with that?
You can play something very aggressively that can actually kill people.
Do you
Like,
think if they had like a killing pair to go with Marana, you can maybe disrupt him and catch him out?
who is it? Sand King.
King.
They had
And
Sand
Sand
King
King,
and
AA.
Autumn, and AA.
And AA.
Yeah, AA
Yeah.
I think was the weak point in that lane.
Yeah, absolutely.
With Chilling Touch, they need to be able to just close the distance a little bit more, and they're abusing the fact that Sand King only has like 300 range on his stun. How is he going to walk up to a Coddle and a Shadow Demon? And even if he doesn't get the Shadow Demon, they get disrupted. So they have to find a better range of initiation, and Sand King, his strength is not actually in tri-lanes. His strength is in being able to move around the map with boots, get stuns on people, and farm up a fast blink.
Yeah, I mean, something kind of interesting. Liquid actually they won the coin toss. They asked for Dire. So do you think that's their go-to aggro try?
They like Coddle +2. It is.
Yeah.
But
It seems really good. I mean, Jimmy seems to know exactly where everything is in that
He
lane.
definitely does.
It's pretty
He really
unbelievable.
does. So
Yeah, and it's not only that he controlled the lane, but he also stopped that Sand King from retreating
Yeah.
to the jungle and killing stacks. The few
Yeah.
stacks that were there, the Coddle cleaned up, and that was a big deterrent. So not only did it win the lane, but Sand King didn't have that fallback that he usually does.
Yeah.
maybe they could have just sacked the lane and
Mhm.
just have Tide Hunter down there.
Yeah.
Who
Pull
you
a
just need
rotation,
levels
Just
on.
dodge the tri-lane.
Yeah, and
they-
then my other
they might
question,
have
you
done
mentioned
that.
actually during the cast, he went for the mech first, but it seemed like it did nothing.
It doesn't
Because
do
the
anything.
only time someone died, it was solo basically before you even had the blink
You'll
dagger.
see that a lot. I've seen that like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah,
they
well,
get
we've
they
seen
get
that as
mech
well.
and then they get blink.
So you think you should go blink dagger first?
Blink Dagger first is ownage. What are they gonna
Yeah.
do? Ravage at like 10 minutes in with a blink? you
Yeah,
can
you
get
can't fight
obliterated.
that.
You
Yeah,
can't.
that's what I thought. Do you think that's enough to? I mean, obviously it's impossible to say, but you can line up Sunstrikes off that. Maybe they have a better chance in the mid game.
It would have been a lot better. I mean,
Yeah.
Mech. I mean, it'll heal like half of one Caudal Blast. Is kind of what it stands for. But if you
That's
can
not
just
a lot.
you can just stop him from blasting. That's what they did in mid.
Just kill him.
So they just sat in mid and Caudal Blasted and Caudal Blasted and kept Caudal Blasting. All they need to do is smoke around, blink in, Ravage, everyone dies.
I mean, they have a Sand King and they have a Tidehunter. That's two aggressive heroes with like decent magic abilities. You want to fight early on. You talked about
Before
getting,
BKBs.
Yeah, exactly, before the BKB. Like, and then BKBs come up, and all of a sudden, like, you're pretty much useless, and unless you get the jump on those heroes, but they didn't. So the mech really didn't do much, like you talked about, and so it's frustrating to deal with. I think if you're top 5, you're like, well, maybe you should have just gone Blink first.
Yeah,
so.
your window's like 8 to 25 if you get Blink first. If you get Mech and then Blink, it's like 15 to 25 before they get BKBs, and it's a really small window to take advantage of.
So what happened in the mid lane? How did that Kunkka
Yeah, how did
dominate
they
all
just
over
get
the
wrecked
Invoker
like
so
that?
hard?
It shouldn't have happened.
You talked about, I think it was the
He
Force
didn't. He didn't
Spirits.
Force Spirit. I think
wasn't
He didn't
using
use Forge Spirits?
No.
He
That will
had
do it.
Cold Snap and Sunstrike invoke. Sunstrike, I can understand he wants to set up a kill on bottom, but
Right.
maybe just screw to Sunstrike. They weren't winning that lane with Sunstrike.
Yeah.
So
I
you
mean, they
think
never
the-
got any chance to use
they
the
didn't get-
disruption, or
No.
not the disruption, like the burrow strike into a
Yeah.
Sunstrike or anything like that. So
Yeah, the few Sunstrikes that he was able to get off were kind of shot in the dark. Well, maybe I'll get him, and pretty
He
much
should've
all
just
of them were
ganked.
juked. Actually, I didn't see a Sunstrike that. I don't think he got one Sunstrike kill that game.
Not
No,
really.
he did some damage, but he didn't get any
Yeah,
kills.
he never got any
Yeah.
kills with it.
The
so.
thing I want to ask you, do you think Quas Wex is better that game?
I think Quaz Exhort is fine. They just if Sand King just went mid and killed him with Cold Snap, what's Kunkka gonna do? He can't do anything
Yeah,
defensively.
Yeah, I can't do
roll
anything.
He's
forward.
really
He
good
just wanders.
offensively, and he's really good when he's level 6 with the boat defensively. But they had levels 1 through 6, and they have these opportunities and these windows that were given to them, and they just didn't take advantage of it.
Yeah. All right.
Do you think they should have just rotated the tri lane as soon as they saw the
What
aggro
was
try?
it? Sand King AA.
Because then they would have been up against Darkseer top. Because Tidehunter was getting
They just
railed by
dodge it.
Bulba.
I think they just
Just
dodge
dodge
it.
it.
Yeah, so you just go top.
Bottom can farm versus Darks, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
don't
because Bulba had like 20 CS at like 3.5 minutes.
There's
or
nothing you
something.
can do about it with the Tidehunter in that lane. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think they should have switched up the lanes a little bit, or even just drafted a little bit differently. AA is weak right in this particular moment, unless you have a really good strat like Void plus something. But
Mhm.
AA in general is a little weak.
I would say
I
so.
can understand the motivation, but
I think AA is best utilized when paired in a tri lane with all range heroes like a Mirana, AA, Venge, Lean,
Weaver,
whatever it
Rubik-
is.
Rubik is pretty
Rubik
good.
is another
Rubik's quite
a
good.
classic one. You get that combination of crowd controls mixed with the utility from AA, but it's all about the chilling touch. With the Sand King, he's not going to get full use of that chilling touch. He just can't. His claws are too short.
once you get down to like past 10 minutes, you're getting out farmed. Is there anything you can do to like break out of that choke?
Not against a team like Liquid.
Yeah.
Against a worse team, probably. But
Because it just seems like the entire time, like Liquid's just slowly
Yeah.
taking over the map.
and once they get BKBs, it's
yeah, then it's
it's
just
not
over.
over, but
Basically over.
it's
They can't
basically
fight.
Over-ish.
Yeah.
so they drafted
over it.
they drafted a
Over-ish.
lineup that could own if they didn't have BKBs, and
Yeah.
they
Then they waited forever.
waited too long.
I think banning Caudal against Liquid, even in the first round, is totally
I think
legit.
it's-
I think
Yeah,
it's legit.
after watching that game, I'm.
You should.
Yeah,
Like
I'm on
Demon
board.
with
I'm
his
a
quelling
believer.
blade it's legit. I mean, Caudal is annoying in general, but I think Demon's Caudal stands apart from
Yeah,
the herd.
he
and
doesn't
it is
even, like, take
definitely
CS.
ban-worthy. Yeah,
He had like 8 CS at 5 minutes or something, and Koikovo was super
yeah,
farmed.
He had a 25-minute scepter. That's a
Yeah.
very good timing for support.
It's just so hard to deal with. He cuts into the trees, and I mean, you could get somebody like a Clockwork to try and scout out, but you just don't have a lot of tools that give you that flying.
He doesn't just sit in the lane and do it. If you
Yeah,
don't
exactly.
run up and farm creeps, he'll just stack the camps and just take your jungle too.
Yeah, and that's
so
exactly-
He's very
he plays it
efficient
very
with
well.
it. Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
So let's go. Let's take a look at the standings here.
Ban
and
it.
see what this means.
Yeah.
Well, top 5, they're down to 4 and 5 now. So
Hey, look, the points column is gone. It turned into a G column.
oh,
games
yeah,
played.
nice.
So
That is
awesome.
So
so
now
much more useful.
it does the math for you.
This is great, dude. I'm a believer.
K-pop
Thanks.
Tosis, big shout out to you and Roland, the men behind the curtain, killing
So,
it.
do we have any results from the other games that just happened?
So, okay, so this
Okay.
is the most updated
So-
standings.
Can you say that one more time? Revenge beat
Okay.
Union. So Union's down to 4 and 4. NAR beat CNB. So CNB now they dropped down to 4 and 5. No,
There's
they're
a game
4 and
going
6
on.
now.
No Earth Spirit for Shadows of
Can
the
you,
Past.
can you refresh?
I just refreshed, yo.
Okay, and here's your bottom
Oh,
half.
okay.
Oh, this
Got
game's
it.
close.
Got it.
Shadows of the
We have one
Past,
more game, guy. Oh wait, this game's not close. Oh, actually,
Ban Earth Spirit. It's close.
They're
It's
2
just
racks down,
17
but they have a
to
Naga
18.
who's super stacked.
Yeah.
Oh,
Interesting.
spoil. Oh wait, that's not spoiler alert.
Yeah, that's on Dota
Yeah.
TV.
So it seems like. Can we go back to the top couple? It seems like top 5. There's still an opportunity for them. They still have at least one tough game though, right?
I
They have a
think with
couple, I'm
5
pretty
losses,
sure.
it's Dunzo, Gregors.
There's only 10 games, so they only have one match left, which is versus
It
Sna.
seems like the top 3 places, according to Wikipedia, the top 3 places are set now.
Yes.
And
Yes.
I would intend to believe that, but 4th place is still extremely
I don't
up
think
in
it's
the
set.
air.
Sneaky Nick says it can be 6-4. Union Gaming could end 6-4. Wait, Union lost.
Snobby Union.
Snobby Union.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, they could still be 4th with 6-4. EHUG could also
Yeah.
be 6-4.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then Sna wins the
Is
head-to-head.
EHUG playing right now?
But now that there's 3 teams.
I'm not sure if
If
EHUG's
EHUG
playing
is-
now.
Oh,
EHUG lost. EHUG lost to
No,
Union.
EHUG beat Sna, so it would be a 3-way tie if all of them
EHUG
ended
beat
up
Sna.
6-4.
Oh boy.
Oh, yeah.
And then
a
you
lot
have
of
Shadows
possibilities
of the Past who are 3-4 right now. They listed at 9th on Wikipedia, but they could actually end up 6-4 technically.
Yeah,
But
but
they do have to play Liquid.
so how does it work for tiebreakers? Does it go head to head?
If it's a
I believe
1-1-1
it's-
tie in 3-way, I think we go to tiebreakers.
I'm not sure. Head-to-head, and then if it's a tie that way,
Yeah.
tiebreakers is this pretty standard format, but I don't know specifically for TI. I have not gotten prepped about
It's-
tie-break
I
scenarios.
think it's a pretty big long shot though, because
It
Union
seems-
still has to play Liquid, so Union ending
Yeah.
up 6-4 is very unlikely.
So
Mhm.
does it look like EHUG is probably in the best position right now?
the EHUG has to win out, and they have to play No Earth Spirit and CNB.
Yeah,
so
they-
those
probably
aren't hard
yes.
teams. Yeah, they.
So they're not
I don't
playing right
know.
now at all.
EHUG
right?
could still make a run for the top, boys. That would be a nice little story.
That would be-
after how
If
they started.
only they didn't.
If only they didn't
FF.
def loss against.
If only
Union.
Cakes didn't have an internship, they'd be rolling.
That sucks.
Whatever
Whatever
in the
it
money
is,
right
yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Interview something.
That could be like a $1.5 million.
internship loss.
Internship
Yeah,
loss.
net worth
That
loss.
would
That is
not
not
be
An
efficient.
expensive intern.
That is not efficient
The
then.
inverse
No, not at all.
efficiency.
Only for like a 5 minutes or whatever.
Oh man, yeah, he was
Oh,
1 minute
boy.
late. I would have been like, "Mom, get in the goddamn game."
See, saying it like that is misleading, Greg. He was 31
He was
minutes
31 minutes late.
But he
yeah.
was
1 minute
past the
1 minute
official
over
cutoff.
the limit.
late.
But
So,
You get a feel for him. That 1 minute though.
so
that
who,
1
so who
minute,
you
yeah,
guys
of
rooting
course.
for to be in 4th place?
EHUG?
EHUG.
Yeah,
I say?
Yeah, EHUG.
They have
Union,
the heart.
it seems really hard for Union with still Liquid and NAR left. I don't see
No,
it.
it could be 5-5 though, right? And then you might have a lot of teams that are 5-5, and I don't
that's
know what
true.
it gets really sticky. So,
Yeah.
if EHUG wins out 6-4, they're very likely to take it.
Yep.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
Well, we just gotta hope for EHUG then, I guess.
yep.
I'm
So-
on the EHUG train.
I mean,
We like them.
yeah,
We
We like EHUG.
visited the house and it was fun.
Yeah.
it was a nice time. It
Yeah.
was,
I think they finally need to make a run. Although now would be an ironic time because then Reddit would get at least a little bit of credit
Oh,
for it.
God,
a
dude.
little bit, a
Strategies.
sliver. There'd at least be those few people that
There-
are like, "Oh, the Bloodseeker. I know you didn't use it, but
it'd
I don't
just
know,
be
I
Reddit
think-
saying we did it again.
Yeah,
It's
we
like,
did it.
We did it, guys. That's it.
the ultimate
for-
in Reddit achievements."
For them, I think like they're just master than Rana. The jiggle factor.
the jiggle factor. Well, guys, coming up next on BTS 1 will be Liquid versus Shadows of the Past. And then after that will be Union versus Liquid. So only 2 more matches coming up. 2 more match rounds. That we still have quite a few games across all the streams.
Yep.
EHUG versus CNB will be up next on the Upstairs Studio. And then High Ground, what are you guys working on? Union versus NAR. Then Shadows of the Past versus Revenge.
I'm
So-
still watching this Banner Earth game, guys.
Yeah, yeah,
Shadows
yeah.
are Shadows of the Past playing next round?
Relic has 500
Yes,
CS.
they're playing Liquid
Oh my
here.
god, they team up, didn't they?
In
God, I
BTS
don't
1
even
on the
take
main
the
studio.
towers.
So Liquid will actually finish
just a
out
YOLO
their
throne?
run. All 10 of their games will be complete at the conclusion of today, and their next 2 games will be on this stream.
Go watch
So
this other game, guys.
if you're a Liquid fan, this is the place to be. If you're
Where can you watch
One
the
to
other
take
game
heed
then?
to the advice of
Shadows of the
Merlini.
Past can still make it.
yeah, all right. Shadows of the Past versus
3
Banner
and
Spirit.
4?
It's
They
on
could be
Dota
6 and
TV.
4?
Get there. What stream is that on? Is that the upstairs?
Who's casting? ASC.
AC.
Yes, AC.
Come on, guys.
Set that. Okay, next game's about to start, guys. So we're gonna have a break, and then Liquid versus Shadows of the Past will be underway next.